In the heat of the Cold War, America launched Project Mercury 1958 to 1963, the first U.S. human spaceflight program, aiming to orbit a person and return them safely. Then on May 5, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American in space. On February 20, 1962, John Glenn orbited the Earth aboard Mercury Atlas. Next came Project Gemini 196-11966, 10 missions designed to master long-duration flights, rendezvous, docking, and spacewalks. In 1965, Ed White performed America's first EVA. Project Apollo launched in 1961, aiming to land a man on the moon. Yet tragedy struck early. Apollo 1 cabin fire in January 1967 killed Grissom, White, and Chaffee. Safety improvements were made. Finally, Apollo 7 October 1968 marked the program's first crewed flight. In December 1968, Apollo 8 became the first crewed mission to orbit the moon. On July 20, 1969, Apollo 11 landed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, the first humans on the moon. From Apollo 12 to 17, 1969 to 1972, 6 moon landings occurred. Apollo 13 in April 1970 suffered a critical failure, but the crew returned safely. After moon missions concluded, NASA launched Skylab 1973 to 74, America's first space station. In 1975, the historic Apollo-Soyuz test project saw U.S. and Soviet spacecraft dock in space. 1981 ushered in a new chapter, with the Space Shuttle program, reusable spacecraft enabling satellite deployment, Hubble servicing, ISS construction. The shuttle era also saw Triumph's Sally Ride became the first American woman in space. 1983. Guion Bluford, the first black American astronaut. 1983. Tragedies followed. Challenger 1986 and Columbia 2003 disasters. Post-shuttle, NASA pivoted to the International Space Station and partnerships. Private firms like SpaceX now ferry astronauts aboard Crew Dragon, while Artemis plans return to the moon. Today, NASA aims to land Americans back on the moon and eventually Mars. Private space companies, global cooperation, and new technologies signal a bold future. The journey continues. From Alan Shepard to Artemis, the American space saga is one of innovation, resilience, triumph, and tragedy, a testament to humanity's longing to reach beyond our world.